making an impression. Over 27 billion of them. This is showing up big. Here, here, all across here. Oh, and not just for clients, for the community. We're lifting up a piece with us. This is not resting on a legacy. This is running on it. Taking all that's been learned and seen and taught and dreamed over the past 50 years to shape and fuel the next 100. Century 21. This is our century.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Okay. Welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate, May 13th, 2026. And thanks everybody for being here. I know who the productive agents are. And let's just see what we got. Hi, Shauna. How are you? Shauna?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I just choked, and so I apologize.
I'll cut you some slack. And Shauna Wallace, good to have you here.
Good morning.
Good morning. And let me just set something here. I'm just a little rusty on this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Colleague of the Century. That's just a reminder that that's our ad campaign, is the of the century, and the this is our century, the joy of home. Those are all things that are on the big board for marketing. So think about ways that you can bring this marketing to your clients. Obviously, it's a nice little Facebook square, all of these things that are available to you on 21 Online. Or you can just cut and paste this and put this on your social media. So Colleague of the Century. This is a great campaign. It really does set us apart. When you look at what the other big name companies are doing, they're not doing anything. When you look at what the all the boutique and the mom and pops are doing, they're not doing anything. We're the only one that's functioning like a brand, in my opinion. So take full advantage of the Century 21 name and the marketing things. Okay, I just wanted to jump in with a discussion, and please chime in on anything. But I wanted to talk about a production-based schedule. We used to talk about that quite a bit. I have some elements of it. Just gonna go over it real quick. And some of this comes from the Mike Ferry training that we've been doing for so long. So some of the core components of a production-based schedule are to actually have what they call store hours, to actually start your business at a particular time and keep professional business hours for that. So something like 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So who does that? And we always, I always talk to Shauna Dolby about that, because she was so good at having a schedule, getting up at a particular time, and actually going to work. How are you doing with that now?
Well, my ideal is to start early and get done a little early if I can. But that doesn't always work, especially when we get into summer. So the days get longer, no matter how early I get up. So, but I do try to at least start doing my calling by 9 a.m. Or if I'm up really early, then I might start texting people 7:30, 8 o'clock, doing that, following up, and then do my appointments in the afternoon, do my running around and those kinds of things in the afternoon.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. So you've got your calls and you've got your prospecting built into the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's kind of the key component on it. Another thing that we like to do is we like to have skill practice. And we were for a period of time doing those on a daily basis, and I would love to get back to that. as we get some new agents, and we have some new agents coming on. Get back to some of the basic skill practice, why we practice skills. Practicing skills is not so that you will go out and give a stilted robotic presentation. We do it so that you will give a natural presentation that suits your personality. And the only way to do that is to master the script so that you have all that information. So we do believe in script preparation. We've got,
Yes.
do you want to say something?
Oh, I just totally agreed. I think some people get afraid of sounding robotic.
Yeah.
It's not about memorizing it to the point that you're saying it word for word. Just know you're memorizing it so those words are there and your brain doesn't have to get nervous. So you actually end up sounding more natural.
You do, yeah.
Confident.
Yeah, it's just about learning how to have that conversation. The flow of that type of conversation, what questions are going to come up so you're ready to answer them, and to be just familiar with how to address some of the well-known issues that come up in a conversation about either listing or buying or anything else, such as the market.
Right.
They're always the same questions, right?
Yeah.
Same questions, just learn the answers. That's
Yeah.
really
And then you'll be even more prepared for the few curveballs.
Great.
Another component of the schedule is lead generation and prospecting. And, the coaches recommend 3 hours a day of this. And so 3 hours a day sounds like a lot. What else do you have to do as far as your business day? Is this your, is this your profession? It's very easy to find things that seem more urgent to do. And prospecting is definitely something that we all feel we can put off. But 3 hours a day would probably get you to your goals if you prospected for 3 hours a day. So consider that. How do we know how many hours to prospect?
Your goals.
What's that?
By calculating your goals.
Calculate your goals. What are your goals? What's an idea of a goal? Shauna, what's your goal?
My goal is my GCI is I put it really high. So I always put my goals really high. And then I figure out how many deals I closed and what the average was. And so then I have to figure out how many people I need to call. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. I like to use the one that's in the Century 21 system because it's really easy. You just plug in the numbers and it tells you what you need to do. And I did that at the beginning of the year. And I need to call at least, I think it was at least 10 people every day to get mine.
Right. So your goal for production, you want to do X dollars. When you run it through the program, it crunches the numbers for you and tells you how many people you need to talk to on a daily basis.
Yeah, and in order to do that, you need to know what you did last year, and so that you have something to base those numbers on.
Right.
It doesn't take very long. It really doesn't. If anybody needs help doing that, because it's a good time we're almost halfway through the year. It's time to relook at that and make the adjustments.
Right. Goes by fast. Okay. And as I recall, you start your day with lead production. That's get it while you have energy, get it done after you've had your coffee. Kuhn, you might want 2 coffees before you start this. Really get on the get that done and get it out of the way, have fun with it and get it done. Other things you would do in a production-based day would be lead follow-up. And you could say that's just as important as getting a lead in the first place, is following up on it in the appropriate way. It's not the same for any 2 leads, how you're going to follow up on it. The person may have tried to put you off by telling you, oh, I'm going to Europe for a week. Don't bother me till then. sometimes they say, call me on Friday. It's Monday, call them on Friday. So what day do you call them? If it's Monday, you talk to them, you've got a good idea of what they want to do. They say, call me on Friday. What day do you call them?
Thursday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay. The next day. Yeah.
They lie. They lie, okay? They could very well have listed that property by Friday because that's just the way it works. We've just learned that the hard way over the years. Go ahead and call Tuesday. Oh yeah, you said something about Friday. I just wanted to check in with you today and, take it from there. I guess my point is don't wait. Don't wait. So lead follow-up, and you want to be aggressive with lead follow-up, and that's pretty aggressive, is to call them the next day, because another realtor is going to do it. We've got pre-qualifying appointments. Daily focus on pre-qualifying sellers and attending listing appointments. Well, you got to do the prospecting to get that. You got to have laid out some people to work with before you can do the pre-qualifying appointments. But you want to do those, every day. You want to have somebody to talk to. So you do need to get out there and find those people. Previewing property. I love this. I love previewing property, especially if you're in a slump, because it makes you feel very involved in the industry. Nothing feels like being a realtor than driving around, going into a property and having a look at it and taking some notes and understanding the inventory than that kind of activity. That and open houses, I really do believe in. So we do a tour every Tuesday. Nick, tell us about the tour. How did that go yesterday?
It was another wonderful way to network, get to know the inventory, and it's just fun. We've really met a lot of people. I even get messages. I had a few messages when we got back that said, you didn't get to my broker tour. So it's kind of been fun to grow in the community and actually get emails requesting that we go and so on. And you know what? Whatever you get out of it, you meet, because we open it to the public, you meet lenders, photographers, title, other agents. You get to see the inventory. It's just like any networking. It leads to another thing,
Yeah.
So I recommend you all come when you can.
Okay. Good. And that will give you a boost if you feel like you need a boost, if you're anxious to get a listing right now or get a buyer to work with, start doing things like this. That'll get your gears moving.
Right.
Preview properties. All right. So some other key principles of a production-based schedule are the 80-20 rule. 80% of the day should be focused on income producing activities and not on administration. Database management, regularly adding to and calling your database, your sphere of influence, to secure referrals. That's the number one place to go. When we talk about where do I get business, that is always number one. The database that you've been cultivating and are still working on and still adding to is always number one. You want to take a look at it daily. How do you do that, Shauna? I understand you have a system for working your sphere of influence.
Well, you can use Moxie Engage for one if you want to. That's a good way to do it. I like to breeze through there. And then I also just, sometimes I wing it a little bit because I get emails from escrow saying it's a 6-month anniversary, or it's a year anniversary. So I like to reach out to those people on their anniversaries, that kind of thing. But basically you need to, I focus mostly on my top ones. And then if I have time after those, I go into my repeat, my current customer, past client. I don't like to call them past because they're always clients, right? But on my client database, but I have them categorized. So I usually focus on the ones that refer me all the time. And then I go to the next level and I start working on those. And sometimes I just do texting to those because they don't pick up the phone, a lot of them, because they're at work or whatever during that time. But yeah, I like to focus on the ones that I know will refer me over and over again.
Okay. Okay.
I love that. I don't call them past clients. You know, that's really thinking forward and using words to form the mindset.
You also need to focus on the ones you're currently working with, check in with them, all your sellers, ask them for referrals, ask your buyers for referrals. People that are working with you are happy with you right at the moment. That's a good source right there too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What else? Just another two. There's action oriented. Your day would be action oriented. If no appointments are booked, visit 2 for sale by owners and 2 expired listings in person daily. We talk about for sale by owners and expired listings. Those are people who have an immediate need. A realtor is going to get that for sale by owner. It's a statistical certainty. So
It is.
the only realtor that's going to get it, though, is the one that contacts them. So those are very valid, and they will get the wheels turning also. They'll get your car started. They'll get you on the road. Just go look at it. Knock on the door. And alignment. Activities must align, like Shauna said, with production goals. And if they don't, change the schedule. And you're making the schedule for you. You're saying you want a production of $100,000. Shauna Dolby may want $300,000 or $400,000. Certainly that's a reasonable schedule for her. So choose a reasonable schedule for you and then make the time fit to that. Maybe it's an hour a day of good phone calls and good prospecting, or whatever works. You can't over prospect. I have never met anybody who did that. Says, yeah, I get this headphones on 10 hours a day and it's wearing me out. Haven't seen that yet.
Me neither. Never done it either. Balance. Yeah.
Right.
And I think the important part is find whatever works for you. You know, I'm working with an agent right now who's prospecting, but her way of prospecting is using social media. She's interacting with the people that are commenting on the post she makes. She is getting their contact information. She's having them send over their, information so she can get an appointment. It's one thing to, comment on somebody's comment, but the whole point is to get that appointment. So you can figure out what their situation is and see how you can help them. So if picking up the phone isn't, it shouldn't be uncomfortable for you. You're a realtor. We do need to talk on the phone, whether that be with other clients or realtors. But if that's not comfortable for you, maybe start looking at other ways that you can get in touch with your potential client base. And, if social media is something that you're comfortable doing, make sure you're interacting with the people who are commenting on your posts or letting you know that they need your services. This agent gets a lot of DMs on TikTok with people who see her posts and need her help. And she sets the appointments. That's the whole point. She sets the appointments and gets them to sign, either a buyer's representation agreement or a listing contract. And that's how she gets most of her business. So, think of different ways that you can get business. If phone calls aren't the best, find other ways that work for you.
Absolutely. And with they need to be structured as well. They need to be
Yes. Yeah. It
Yep.
is. Another thing I'm working with this agent on is structuring her whole week. She knows what day she's creating content. She knows what day she's posting the content and what time. And she sets aside every day to interact with those people who comment on her posts and sees if she can set an appointment with them. And she does follow the 80-20 rule of prospecting 80% or doing business related things that's going to make you money and 20% admin. She set aside Wednesday as her admin day. And the rest of the week, she's out there. She's meeting clients. She's making content, and she's previewing property. That is all part of her weekly schedule, because it's money producing activities. So
Nice. Okay, let me go back to the screen. What do you want to do next, Koon?
let's see. I usually go to our local production. Let's talk about what's going on with each individual office. I know Naeth has a new listing in Lake Oswego. Naeth, would you like to talk about it? I know it hit the market yesterday. Is that correct?
Woohoo! I just
Well,
put it up. Yeah.
yeah, it's a great condo in Lake Oswego. Let's see. It is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 669 square feet. It's priced at 235, which is very reasonable for Lake Oswego. So yeah, if you have a buyer who is looking in the Lake Oswego area, send them to Naeth's Way, or have them check out 29 Oswego Summit, Lake Oswego, Oregon.
Right.
Yes.
We
Okay.
also, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just
Yeah, because I couldn't mute myself.
Oh, hey, Naya.
I am sorry, I was having issue like, how can I mute myself? But you say it right, yeah, that's a new listing. It just hit the market yesterday, so I'm very excited about this. Have a lot of the inside the house is very colorful.
Uh-huh.
I saw.
Oh, yeah.
But, everything sells, so hopefully, we will find the right buyers for this property. And my client is willing to give some credit towards, the painting, which is unfinished.
Okay.
But yes.
Nice.
Nice.
I've got pictures of it up. That's nice.
Yeah.
That is
Bright, bright.
Yeah, I try to remove all the furniture so people have a better idea how it will look without any of those. So yeah, took me a while, but ChatGPT helped me a lot.
Nice.
Instant cleanup.
Right.
Great. Great.
Nice.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Let's hope.
Yeah. Hey, Naeth, can I ask how you got this listing?
It
Was
a
this from prospecting or Circle or
was-
a Sphere of Influence?
it was a referral actually from an agent. I think that she works. What is the name? Brooklyn's. It's on the coast, close to California border.
Okay.
So yeah. So she called me and she was like, "Hey, will you like? I'm working with this client. He's planning to buy here in the area. So will you like to help him? Selling the property that he has in Lake Oswego?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I called him like 3 days in a straight because he wasn't answering, and I got a hold of him, and yeah, I got the listing appointment, and yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
See, persistence is key. If they don't answer the first time, continue calling.
I felt a little pushy, but yeah, it is.
Right. No, you were being you weren't being pushy. You were being doing what you were supposed to do as a good real estate agent. So congrats on the new listing. We also have, let's see, Nick, congrats on getting under contract for one of his properties in Sherwood.
Yes.
Yeah, how's that one going?
Well, it is going good. I won't go into a huge detail. It's thrown me some curves, which I kind of enjoy. It's nice when it goes smooth, but I learn when things are interesting. So I think that's something I'll point out to you guys, that like instead of looking at it negatively, maybe look at it as a learning experience, something you could have looked at more detail, maybe ask more questions, or so on. So it's going well, but it definitely gave some curves to us.
Right on. Right on. And Faye, how's your listing going? You still have that property in Beaverton, 15598 Northwest Overton Drive.
Open house were good, but not much showings, not much activities.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm glad you got a good traffic on open houses. You know, it's worth it to hold opens over the weekend because sometimes people just don't have time during the week, and allowing them to have a period of time over the weekend to go see it is a good idea.
I don't see agents booking the showings that much.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, it's been on the market, what, since the 30th?
Second week.
Yeah. Have you had that conversation about a price drop?
No.
Well, it may be time to have that conversation. I know things are, it depends on the area and the property, but if it's priced correctly, things are moving in this market. But
Okay. And
it's a good listing. So congrats on getting that, and
thank you.
keep us
And
posted.
I have another listing coming in. She hasn't signed yet, but I'm gonna meet her today.
Right on. That's
Nice.
exciting. What part of town?
Beaverton.
Nice, nice, nice.
So she said because right now they're like her relatives still living there. They're probably gonna do like a rent back.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, good, good. Another listing in Beaverton will be wonderful
Yeah.
for our inventory. So keep us posted on that one.
How does like the rent back work?
We
Based on-
can yeah, we can rent backs have been fine. It's going to be definitely a negotiation between you and the seller and the right buyer. But if you want to talk about that, we can definitely talk about that. If you know how to get a hold of me, but rent backs are still considered. I know rent backs, a seller negotiated that with one of another agent's transaction. So it's not going to be a hard sell if it's the right buyer. So
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
think right now the rent back the seller has to pay now based on the mortgage. Is that right?
again, that's something that can be negotiated between the buyer and the seller.
Yeah.
It's definitely specific to the buyer and the seller.
Yeah,
Right.
for this year
This
and last year, I just see less of the rent back needed. So
Right. And Faye, I love that you brought that up. I think for Wednesday, one of our Wednesday meets, a refresher on this might be a good thing for us to go back over. I really am glad you brought that up.
so next Wednesday, you talk about the rent back.
We certainly can.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect. Or you can make an appointment with your manager and we can have that discussion as well
Okay,
if you need it before then.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna go see the house today, and then
Perfect.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Thanks, Faye.
Yeah, thank you, Cole.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Let's see. Let's jump over to the coast real quick. Nothing new at the moment, but we will keep everyone posted as soon as there's any news. Shauna, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Jennifer Watsham just listed a home in the Longview Valley area she listed it at 465. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1862 square feet, built in 2002. It's a really nice little house there. They really dolled up. The yard looks good. It's got a lot of cute furniture in there. You can tell it's an older lady. It's very spacious, vaulted. It looks like it's gonna sell pretty quick. That one will,
Yes.
yeah, that one just came on the market, I believe, yesterday. So that's a brand new listing. Let's see here, what else? In Vancouver, I've been doing lots of price drops. I got 3 price drops this last week, and one resulted in a sale of the condo that I've been trying to sell for quite a while now. So we got under contract on the condo, and I got a price drop on my listing, big 5-bedroom plus. We went from started at $999 all the way down to $949 now. So we've dropped it 50,000 so far. We're having a big open house this weekend. I had an open house last week on the manufactured home. I dropped the price to 160, down from 210. So we're getting closer to sales on those. Just got to keep dropping it as long as they'll let you. But in that park, I talked to all the agents in there, and I got another 2 people to do their open houses at the same time, so that we got more people coming in, and then said, hey, you got to go over to that one. So we were just kind of helping each other. And then I'm doing the same thing in the big neighborhood with the big house. I got some other people that will also do open house, and I got the lender. We're going to do some nice things, maybe a little bit of champagne, something like that, to get more people to show up. And so hoping that will result in something as well. New listing coming soon in Battleground. It's 2132 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. And that one will be listed about 550. The backyard backs to like a big, huge pond area. It's very beautiful. They've done a really nice job. So that one will be coming on the market soon. And
Very nice.
yeah,
Exciting.
everybody's busy, but yeah, we got some closings coming on Friday as well, I think. So
Nice. Do you have any news on what's going on in Idaho?
let's take a look. Okay, Lee listed a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 1782 square feet for $359,999. And Jana put a buyer under contract, and Augie and Laura put their seller under contract. So good. It's always busy in Idaho.
Nice. Well, a good job, everyone. Let's keep the momentum going, and let's stay productive.
Okay. Well, good. Office events. There's a lot coming up. Pete and I were just going over the schedule, and maybe we have some tentative dates, but what are we ready to announce?
Let's see. For Portland office, we have our bi-weekly accountability group today. For the agents who can definitely show up. We've been stating our goals, keeping each other accountable, and having great discussions about what's going on with our business and seeing how we can help each other on that. We also have our first monthly happy hour for the Oregon agents, or any agents who can make it, this Friday. Nick, did you have any information on that? Are we meeting here at the office?
We are meeting, yes, and I put out a little clarifying email. We are simply meeting at the Portland office. That is not where the happy hour will happen. This is really just a kickoff happy hour. We're going to meet here at the office. We're probably going to go over here centrally to Multnomah Village or Hillsdale for the first meet. The agenda will be to talk about community involvement. Whether we put on t-shirts and adopt a neighborhood or street, we'll just talk about it. So there is an agenda. And then we'll be doing that monthly just to keep it easy. Everyone's really busy selling homes. And so we're going to keep that to just a monthly happy hour. So this first one is to just kind of solidify it. We will be going towards Gresham or towards Beaverton every once in a while. The first one is just to kind of make it easy because we're here central, right in the city.
Okay.
Perfect.
Looking forward to
Yes,
it.
yeah, definitely RSVP or email me with questions.
What time is that again, Nick?
We're meeting at the office at 4 on Friday.
And where in
and then we'll be heading over to the village. I'm not quite sure where yet.
Okay.
But I'll have some ideas as we all gather.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, we also have a tentative thing happening in June. We are gathering up all the awards, and we will definitely solidify a date where we will have a great get together and present some awards. A couple of you here today are getting one, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for the date when we announce it.
Yes. Woohoo!
Right. What did we have? Okay. So I've got some, I'm not gonna say the tentative dates, but in June, we will have the Portland Awards. We will be visiting the Coos Bay office. And July, Caldwell. I'll talk to Caldwell.
Caldwell. Yeah, I was gonna say, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Portland one will be combined with Washington, so we'd love to see, all you great Washington agents here as well. But again, we will announce that as soon as we have the date cemented.
Okay. Okay. Shauna, did you have something to add to that?
I don't have anything planned solid for June, but what I'm reaching for is going to be an RMLS class probably. That because in July I know I'm going to be doing another. We're going to go kind of a different direction with the AI, and Fidelity Title is going to teach us some newer cutting edge stuff that they're learning. So hoping to do that one in July. So in June I'm thinking about doing RMLS class with them. So I'm kind of figuring out which one will be best suited for that and the time available for them. And then also piggybacking on your happy hour, it's just not really a good time to be traveling from Vancouver to Portland on a Friday afternoon late. So we're thinking about doing our own over in Vancouver, combining with Longview somewhere over here, doing the same type of thing, community involvement, that kind of thing. Everybody's really open and excited about that.
Wonderful. That's great.
Nice.
I love that. Yeah, because we're just going down the street. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going over that bridge at 5 o'clock on a
I know.
Friday.
Right.
I know.
Right. And
Yeah.
yeah, and this is tentative. This is kind of, we may rearrange it, but yes, happy hours do unfortunately happen at rush hour. Yeah.
Mhm.
But let's get communities going in each community.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Okay. And so we can wrap this up with just a quick reminder of how the market is. And mortgage rates, 6.37 on a 30-year rate, 30-year term. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. People will buy houses at that interest rate. And so there's the chart. So take that. This is on the blog. And what we're going to do with this blog going forward is I'm not going to copy and paste it to the blog anymore. I will just have the Freddie Mac link, and there it is. So there's no reason to go any further with that. So take a look at that every week. Absolutely. If you're not able to attend these meetings, I will send you the blog after the meeting, and you can click on that and share that information with your clients and sphere of influence. They all want it. Everybody wants to know it's 6.37 or less in a lot of cases to buy
A lot of cases. Yeah, a lot of cases. And there's a lot of sellers out there willing to pay for points to buy it down.
Right. Okay. And remember, consider the, June 2nd. So that's coming up. The Accelerate Agent Productivity course with Century 21. And so do consider that if you haven't taken that before. It's an excellent course. And if you want some refreshers on business basics, click on any of these links here for some talking points on any of these topics in the North Star Business Basics system. Okay. Any closing words other than let's get to work? We're right in the thick of it right now.
All right. Any agents have questions? Well, you know we're here.
Okay, we're here for you. Thanks for coming, and we will see you again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is our time. No, this is our century. Our gold shines bright. Because this is a network unlike any other. 135,000 affiliated agents across 84 countries and territories in almost every Spanish-speaking country in the world. This is the most recognized name in real estate, the most respected brand in the industry. And enter into it. The leader in brand awareness for 25 years in a row. This is earning accolades, and more. is making an impression. Over 27 billion of them. This is showing up big. Here, here, all across here. Showing not just for clients, for the community. We're lifting up others with us. This is not resting on a legacy. This is running on it. Taking all that's been learned and seen and taught and dreamed over the past 50 years to shape and fuel the next 100. Century 21. This is that century.